The House of Representatives Committee on Finance has received the Medium-Term Expenditure Framework/Fiscal Strategy paper for consideration at the National Assembly. This process, according to the committee and the House leadership, is important as it will assist the Parliament in the 2022 Appropriation Bill. The interaction session between the Parliament and the Ministry, departments and agencies is a yearly ritual in preparation to the consideration and eventual passage of the budget. The Speaker of the House, who was represented by the House Leader Alhassan Doguwa, says the Mtef has a direct impact on the content of the Appropriations Bill, as well as the ability of government to deliver on its promises to the Nigerian people. He said the COVID-19 pandemic has had a negative effect on the global economy, hence the need to re-strategize.
The COVID-19 pandemic has had a significant disruptive effect on the global economy. Countries all over the world have experienced economic contraction with different levels of severity. Our situation has of course been compounded by other factors unique to our society. The consequence of this development is that our ability to pursue a robust development agenda has been severely constrained. However, the fact of this new reality does not absolve us of the obligation to do all that it requires to achieve our nation's most pressing development objectives.
Chairman of the House Committee on Finance assured that the committee will scrutinize the capital vote of the MDAs and provide funds for the agency's in-house capital requirements that are necessary with the overall objectives of the MTEF and FSP in mind.
Without due regard to essential projects that will engender sustainable development in the country, is no longer tenable. During this exercise, the National Assembly, through the Committee of Finance, will scrutinize the capital votes line by line item and provide funds for agencies' in-house capital requirements that are necessary, bearing in mind the overall objectives of the Mtef FSP as instrument for revamping ongoing drive to accelerate investments in critical infrastructure and human capital for sustainable and social welfare and improve business environment. Invited guests, honorable colleagues, all federal government ministries, departments, and agencies are therefore advised to scale down on what elephant projects contained in their budget proposals as a way of shoring up revenue for critical infrastructure and development of capital resources that have direct impact on the people.
In her words, while presenting the MTF FSP to the House, the Minister of Finance says the federal government will borrow the sum of 5.62 trillion naira to finance the budget deficit in the 2022 financial year. She also added that it will reduce capital expenditure by 259.315 billion naira and peg exchange rate at $410.15 US.
The expenditure performance of the 2021 budget as at June. On the expenditure side, 5.81 trillion, representing 92.4% of the prorated budget, has been expended. This excludes government-owned enterprises and project titles, so this is just federal government. Of this expenditure, 2.02 trillion was for debt service, and this 2.20 trillion represents 35% of federal government expenditures. Also, 1.795 trillion for personnel costs, including pensions. This represents 30.9% of federal government revenues. As at August 13th, so I'm making a correction because the document we circulated shows as at June, but I'm making a correction. As at August 13th, we have released up to 1.3 trillion naira, and this represents 63.5% prorated of the capital expenditure budget for the year.
The interactive section will be on for 10 days to allow ministries, departments, and agencies to defend their 2022 budget for the House Committee. Annie T. Patrick, Core TV News, Abuja.